praises to the Most High. What's good, y'all? So, man, how did this go? Trying to get some Lucy's and stuff like that. Wasn't gonna go to this store right here, but I don't feel like being in this area for some reason. It's too secluded, and it just feel like I'm down. Time you just don't feel right. CP6 O2V, CP6 O2V. New York State Police, 9:56 in the morning. She turns from off of Route 9. She ran the red light, but these people work for the government and they got them license plates that you can see. Like, that ain't a normal license plate. Most people got 3 and then 4. She got 3 and 3. Now, people can get custom, but some people feel entitled and they do certain things like, you know, to try to cause conflicts and try to cause accidents and stuff like that. Attack, y'all, by these mechanics, these people at AutoZone. I mean, not AutoZone. These mechanics, they all working together, man. The mechanic that think he's gonna fix my car, Robert in Poughkeepsie, I don't feel comfortable taking it to him. I feel like he's trying to damage the car more than it really is, and he's giving me the runaround and acting like he don't know the battery is messed. I mean, the alternator's messed up. He trying to make it seem like it's the battery. So he trying to make me spend more money. It's just like, I don't want to deal with him. I think I'm gonna just let this car sit up or deal with the problems, and I just won't fucking deal with him, because you're not about to you're not about to use nobody, you're not about to damage somebody's car. I don't give a fuck if you're fixing it for free. I'll wait until I got the money. If I don't got the money, I'll sell this car. I don't have to deal with certain people. I don't want to be forced, you know what I'm saying? I just won't deal with you, man. If you're doing wrong by me, I'm not gonna keep sticking around so you can keep doing more wrong to me. No, sorry. I don't give a fuck what my mom say, whatever. If she wants, she can take this car and drive it and give me her car, since she's so happy with these people fixing this shit after he done did so many things to show he don't give a fuck about me. He don't want to deal with me. You know what I'm saying? People will try to act nice so you can keep coming back to them, and that's when they damage your shit. I'm not stupid. He already fucked up my last car. He ain't helped me with my last car, and you're supposed to be a mechanic. I don't trust you, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't get your trust. Sorry. And then they fuck you over, and then who you got to blame besides yourself once they fuck you over? My mom don't take her car to this dude to get dealt with, so stop trying to force me or suggest whatever I should do. You ain't doing the same thing for yourself. You won't take your car, get mechanic work from him if the engine was messed up, so stop trying to make me do it. You feel me? Treat others how you want to be treated. Hey, I done fucked up. I couldn't even get my weed. You know what I mean? Since this car been messing up, can't pay my bills, man. I've been fucked up, bro. I ain't been able to do nothing. So now, I don't know if it's good for me to try to charge the alternator or not, but because it's not charging anyway. Charger. I'm just in a bad condition, y'all. It's just like, people love to see us go through struggles and just sit back and laugh and shit like that, man. After a while, you get tired of this shit, man. You get tired of the stereotyping. Now I understand why Muslims ride around with their head covered up, because who the fuck want to keep being stereotyped? You feel me? They think you are, they stereotype you by looking at your hair. That's why I understand how brothers keep their head covered up, man. You don't know what my hair look like? You can't identify me. You can't try to make it look like Oh, let's go get him, and we got the facial recognition, we got his hair and all that. You know what I'm saying? That's what they be doing. Trying to get your ass locked up, trying to get you in trouble, but they're being the aggressor. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta cover up everything. Don't let these people see you. That's what they're doing, riding around with cameras. All right, we got his facial expression. When you get locked up, they take your mug shot, right? So we got his facial expression and all that shit. Now let's try to make an incident. Let's try to make a crime happen. One thing about how the system work is, if your face covered up, this is why they don't like Muslims and they don't like people who cover up their face, right? Because the artificial intelligence and the cameras, they can't really prove that this is who you are. They don't have a full facial recognition. They don't have your ears. They don't have your nose. You know what I'm saying? And this is why they were saying they don't want ICE wearing face masks and stuff like that, because you can't detect who's who through the camera. Put the shiesty on and nobody can see nothing. All y'all do is ride around with cameras and try to use that to get paid off of it, to do your little ritual. So we'll put the mask on, cover up our whole face. Now you can't see nothing. Now if we look like a criminal, then let us look like a criminal. Why would you want to start something with somebody that look like a criminal? You feel me? You should be trying to hurry up and get away from somebody that look like they're a criminal, right? So we gonna do the same thing that Trump and them dudes do. Cover our whole head up. Cause all y'all like to do is ride around with your camera, recording people and stuff like that, right? If you don't know who somebody is, you don't know how they look, what you gonna do? Somebody could have stole my car and you don't know who it is, right? They come up on you and they get your facial recognition, they get your hair. Oh, this is a perfect view. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna be good if we gotta bring this to the court. They already work with the judge under the table. Ku Klux Klan, the Dixie Mafia, and all these people that did what they did to Nolan Wells, they already working with these people in secret societies under the table. Try to block it and say that they gotta take their face masks off. The judge shut it down. He said they don't gotta take their face masks off. So they running around looking like the Ku Klux Klan. Neo-Nazis. And nobody can't do nothing about it. Know what I'm saying? Nobody can't do nothing about it. L244A2. It's another white guy with a Honda, with a blue Honda. He starts slowing down on Route 9 at 10:04 in the morning. When he see me behind him, I just turn on the Delafield Street though. But that's all they do, white people. And that shit make me feel like, man, fuck all these stop signs, fuck the red lights, fuck every rule on the road. Because look, if you trying to kill me, I don't have to follow none of these rules on this road. You know what I'm saying? When somebody puts your life in danger, what fucking rules is it besides survive and do what you got to do to survive? You feel me? If I'm in an area where I'm under attack, I don't even feel comfortable being in this area. You know what I'm saying? I try to get out of this area so many times. It's too much hatred and too much jealous and envious. You know what I'm saying? So I stay to myself, man. I don't want to be a part of nothing that nobody got going on. I stay to myself. Look, for no reason though. For no reason. Mexican dude. For no reason. For no reason. You better fucking turn, bitch. But while you think you get in the way, I'm gonna come right back up on you. I'm saying, since you want to start trouble, I'll start it back. Watch this. Watch how I get his ass. Pussy motherfucker. You just tried to start an accident with me, and you lucky it wasn't no rocks or nothing like that, bitch. Yeah, you lucky it wasn't no rocks or nothing. How I'm feeling right now today. Yeah, nigga lucky it wasn't no fucking rocks. Playing around with people, man. Fuck got time to be playing with your dumb ass stopping for no fucking reason. These are the Mexicans that they give citizenship. The illegal immigrants and the Mexicans they bring into this country. They give them citizenship and they be trying to get them to attack us. Be trying to get these Mexicans to war against black people, y'all. That's what they doing. Hire a bunch of these fucking pedophile motherfuckers. You feel me? That's all they doing. You're welcome. What's going on, man? Can I get some Lucy's? $6 worth. Can I get? You got shorts in hundreds? Yeah. Can I get 3 and 3? 4? Yeah, 4 and 4. So 8? Yeah. That's what. Can I give you can I give you the rest from the car? I got 60s or another dime. The rest from the car.
네, 순서가. خذ يا عمي
All right, man. Thank you. All right. Making my eggs equally yolked. See how these cars are stopped like that? Maryland plates too. White people with Maryland plates. Motherfucker, you ain't stopping but doing nothing but scheming and plotting on how you think you're gonna try to come up and do some wicked shit against me. That's just like the Mexican dude that was doing that shit. That's all they do. These are people that work in the government. But every license plate that get taken, you know what I'm saying, is gonna lead to investigations, and it's gonna lead to y'all houses, and it's gonna lead to you getting your house investigated, and everything that y'all doing will get investigated, because this shit is crimes these people committing, real high crimes. So y'all motherfuckers be thinking y'all getting away with shit. No, it's just the intelligence agency's gonna gather up all y'all license plates or whoever on YouTube. I don't give a fuck if they put y'all information on the dark web. This is how judges get their houses burned down and stuff like that. A lot of police officers get killed for fucking with God's people, and they be in their regular cars. And once you get their license plate and they anybody do a background check and they find out that all these people are police officers working in the government, they white nationalists, all it takes is one black person that worked for the intelligence agencies, one person that got a position like Ben Crump or something like that, and it's over for y'all motherfuckers. I'm getting evidence. I'm not dealing with this stuff like the Nolan Wells case where it's like we gotta try to solve stuff up. No, motherfucker. Everything is being revealed in real time. Feel me? In real time. That's why a lot of people don't like me, because they think I'm a snitch. They think I work for the FBI. Just leave me alone and we'll be good. I wouldn't care about if you selling drugs as long as I don't see it. If I see it, now I know you sell drugs, motherfucker. Stay away from me with all that. You got LW 1377, the Genesis, 2 white people in the Genesis, New York State plates. They staring all at me, worrying about me. They ain't worrying about whoever in the car in front of me with the Texas plates. They worrying about me, staring all at me because I got something on my head probably. What's going on, man? Right? Because he got tents on his car. But it ain't even about the car. It's just about I'm being hunted down by these Ku Klux Klan white nationalists that's in the government. I believe they all in the government. That's why I'm taking license plates. Y'all gonna have to research this and investigate this and add it to your database. And if they are organized criminals or working in the government, let the wrath of God abide on them. Let them be hunted down by the angel, by the death angel, and let God destroy all their works. All these white nationalists, because that's what they're doing. They be hunting down black people and trying to kill us and trying to attack us. That's all they do. And wait for you to come out your house. They got the neighbors watching, your neighbors working in this neighborhood watch group. That's all the fuck they doing. You know what I'm saying? Your family. So they think they got you because you got your family, you got the neighbors, all these people working together, but it ain't gonna work, man. It ain't gonna work. That's the beautiful thing about it. When you got so many people against you, you can feel it, and the Most High show you how to move now, because you can't trust people. You got too many people working against you. All these people trying to cause conflicts and car accidents and all that shit. It's easier to take y'all license plates, so it'll be easier to identify y'all, your address, that address. Wherever your car registered to, that house might burn down. If it be the Lord's will, God gonna send death angels after y'all. I don't give a fuck. Y'all information gets sold on the dark web, I don't give a fuck. If this stuff that y'all doing get hired hitman off the dark web to come after you, it's your fault. You should leave people alone. Stop trying to do all this tough guy, all y'all white people. You would think these are young people, but they old ass white people moving like they fucking young, bro. That shit don't even make sense. It don't even look right. Think about it. Old ass white people, secret society people. The people who killed Nolan Wells and covering up. Y'all ain't gonna get away with this. God is gonna bring so much trouble to that judge, man. That judge, that Neanderthal, that judge on the Nolan Wells case, that all of them, the one that's lying on the boat, the woman, that's why you just got out the caves, you racist ass Neanderthal. And to tell y'all the truth, white people just started learning how to read. That's why they try to get all of the positions and make it look like black people can't compete with them. Because we had civilizations when y'all ass was still in the caves. Y'all remember that? That's why they killed. That's why no black person could be racist. Because we created everything. We gave white people everything. We even built America. They ain't built nothing here. None of these jails, none of these prisons, none of these bridges, none of these cities was built by white people. None of them. They just put their names like Little Italy after when they came over here and killed all of the people that was indigenous that was on these lands already. Christopher Columbus and them people ain't come over here to the 1500s. We was already here. So they not even really Americans. They European people. That's why we can't get along with them, because black people are the real Americans. If you look up the definition for American, it say the copper-colored natives found on the continent by the European. So white people are not Americans. Donald Trump ain't no American. He a Neanderthal white national terrorist, just like every other white person on the face of this planet. These are the facts. Y'all can hate all y'all want. Black people can't be racist because we don't own nothing to be discriminating on people. When you talk about the Department of Justice and the CIA and the FBI, the highest people at the highest positions are always white people. The Federal Reserve, you seen how Trump tried to fire the black woman and he took away all the DEI programs. Don't try to make it look like racism is not going on in America. It's alive. It's full. I think this might be the most racist this country ever been. When I was growing up, I was born in '86, so I was coming up around the late '90s when I started to, like, you know, come outside and get to know certain things. Maybe like 2000, 2001, I was like 14, 15, and I didn't even notice nothing about racism. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know it existed back then. But the older I got and the more I started seeing everything that happened to me was because of race, because of my race, man, I started to stand against it.
A lot of people try to make it seem like it don't exist. If racism don't exist, how come I could go to a black church and you won't see nothing but black people in there? And then I could go to maybe a Catholic or a Methodist church and you'll see more white people in there. The pastors, all the people in the congregation, all white. But you say racism don't exist? How? So why you got historic black colleges if racism don't exist? Because we needed our own, because we could never get along with these people. They always committed genocide. Every nation, if y'all don't start helping black people against the genocide that's been created against us here in America and all around the world, God is gonna judge all y'all and take y'all out y'all positions and murder y'all families. Go read Exodus chapter 2, verse 3 to 4. To the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. That means your children's children. Y'all put curses on y'all children by teaching them to study birth charts and astrology and telling them that they're God body and all this stuff y'all be doing, man. Clans 13X and Nation of Islam and all that. The Nation of Islam was a FBI organization set up by the FBI. That dude Clans 13X, W.D. Farr, Wallace Farr, was a white boy from New Zealand. He came to America talking about the white man is the devil and all this stuff. And that's when Elijah Muhammad started following him. And that's where y'all get y'all doctrine from. Respectfully, man, the Nation of Islam is sellouts. This is why they ain't never get no reparations. All them, if I had 1 million people marching, man, we would have been able to shut down the Federal Reserve System, get back all the gold and silver. Black people need to start taking to the streets with this Nolan Wells thing. That's what I think. All the black militia groups, all the black activists, the Black Panthers, the Hebrew Israelites, I think we do need to march on Mississippi, because it ain't nothing happening with this Nolan Wells. We got to make some more noise. I think we might need another Ferguson out this bitch. You know, y'all know what happened during Ferguson, right? Police cars getting lit up on fire and all that shit. I think we need another Ferguson out here, because black people ain't getting respected and genocide is still happening. And they hung a black woman out there in Mississippi. I think we need to hit the streets and protest. Dr. Umar's right. I agree with Dr. Umar. We need to get all our militia groups, all the black groups, and go hit Mississippi and march. Since the federal government ain't gonna step in, and this is on federal land, I don't trust the federal government pedophile adrenochrome ass anyway. The federal government is the type that'll have somebody living downstairs from you, selling drugs and smoking weed, but he recording everything you're doing, but he your neighbor working for the feds. That's how they work. Somebody that'll sell you coke, and then you go to jail, but they work for the feds, so you ain't even sell to a fucking federal agent, you sold to an informant. That's how they work, and I hate that shit, y'all. I hate it. It's so much corruption and evil and entrapment, and them people, we don't even need no federal government, for real. We don't need no government. You feel me? The people can govern themselves. We do it every day. Nobody don't call them every time they be showing up harassing people. They think because a man of God is preaching, it's a disturbance, and they got to have all these people coming around, so they try to stop you from reading the Bible by keep having people show up to where you're going. It ain't nothing but white nationalism. And that's why I'm taking license plates, because y'all phone records are going to get ran. Look, when they started making technology, they didn't just make it just for white racist people. The same way y'all can run through phone records and stuff, the same way as black people that been in the military, that work for intelligence agencies, that know the same stuff y'all racist white ass, y'all been using the flock cameras to stalk nurses, to stalk women that's married and all type of stuff, and pulling over these women and doing all type of stuff. A lot of these police officers getting arrested for using these flock cameras to stalk people, precise location, and show up and do stuff to them. And it's not just flock cameras. Whatever cameras they got at College Hill Park, y'all need to take them shits down too, because they've been using them to attack me. Yeah, whatever cameras y'all got at the river in Poughkeepsie, New York, underneath the bridge, not off of Main Street, the part underneath the bridge, take them cameras down too. Whatever flock, they got some hidden flock cameras out here. Guarantee you they got some type of cameras where they're using them to track people down. They don't never use the license plate cameras for them people who be driving aggressive. and trying to cause accidents, they don't use it for that. They're using it to send them people after you. So you gotta be wise. And I'm taking license plates, because you gotta look at it like this. License plates will lead to a background check. Anybody that got a driver's license, if you got a license with the Department of Motor Vehicle, you can go on their website, and there's something called license plate lookup. You can look up any license plate in New York State, New York City. Anybody that got a New York license plate, you can look it up. So it's not like, you know what I'm saying, this is stuff that only people in the government could do. No, if you're a New York citizen or a resident of New York, you got a driver's license, you can go on their website. You got mydmv.com, go on the website and look up license plates. I haven't did it, but I know it could be done. Because my brother from England told me. This brother all the way in England, and he told me that we can do it. All praises to the Most High. So, yeah, man. Y'all can't win, because there's too much technology and evidence that's going to be used against y'all. And once you look up these people, we can do background checks on them. Find out if they in any fraternities. When they try to get car insurance, did they tell them that they was in a fraternity or sorority to get a discount? We can find out so much about these people and then counter everything that they've been doing. And if we wanted to get wicked like them, we could send hitman after them. We could hire hitman and send them after them. If we wanted to be evil like them, because that's what they're doing to us, we could send gang members after them, or however we want to do. We can put a hit out on them, right? That's what they're doing to us. Put a hit out on their ass. You got their address and all that. If we wanted to be evil, but I wouldn't do nothing like that. I'm just telling y'all that's what they do. They take our license plate, they get a picture of our car, they send it in a group chat to all these white nationalists, and next thing you know, everybody trying to cause accidents and create conflicts with you. And a few black people too be doing this shit. Shame on y'all that the black people that decide to team up with white people because you couldn't pay your rent money or whatever the case may be, and you want to work with the Ku Klux Klan and the white nationalist hate groups, they gonna charge y'all with hate crimes once y'all get caught. You could go to jail for life for a hate crime. Life without parole. And that's what y'all doing. Conspiracy. All these people that work in the government, you're gonna get your license plate ran, it's gonna show who you are, and destruction is gonna come to you. Don't worry about it. God is not mocked. You devils ain't gonna win. White people can't beat black people in anything in life. Y'all never been better than us in anything in life. Let's just keep it real. That's why y'all hate us and y'all got so much hatred for us in y'all heart. You don't like to see a black man have children, work a job, do anything productive, go to school. They don't want us doing anything productive. Why y'all let all these Mexicans and immigrants illegal over the country? Because y'all was trying to exterminate us. This is a part of the genocide against black people. That's why they let all these immigrants come over here, y'all. Because they've been using them as a military. All these Mexicans, the illegal immigrants that came into America is more numbers than the United States military. More people came into our country than they got in the government in every state and in the U.S. embassies out this country. More people came into this country than all of the governments combined in all the countries. Are you listening to what I'm saying? So this is a military they brought in here. They ain't just bringing people seeking asylum to participate in genocide against black people. That's why they brought the immigrants in here. Kamala Harris and Joe Biden and Donald Trump participating in it too. Because he'd rather go to war in Iran than to finish the job that we put him in office, or we said we wanted him to get in office so he can do take all these immigrants out the country. Motherfucker Trump, your family be buying immigrants, and that's why they ain't showing up to their court dates. I think Trump eat Pizzagate. I think Trump drink adrenochrome. I think Trump is a child molester. You hear me? That's why he won't do nothing about the immigrants. Because you want them to keep getting sold into slavery, man. You know what's happening. Y'all gonna act like y'all don't know 300,000 children went missing and ain't show up to their court dates. You know what I'm saying? What's the point of having any programs for children if y'all let all these children go missing and don't care? Matter of fact, Wayne P. Orphy, Brewster, Putnam County, Highland, he was living in Highland, New York. This man was having sex with Mexican girls inside the police department, underage Mexican girls. and got arrested, and they gave him 3 years. He was doing this stuff for 8 years, y'all. They gave him 3 years. So he was doing rituals. Why R. Kelly only got caught with 1 girl? How much time they gave R. Kelly? R. Kelly got caught with 1 underage girl, right? He probably did it more times, but look, all we know is R. Kelly doing that one time, right? We heard about stuff with Aaliyah, but what about Wayne Piorfi? He did this shit for 8 years, and he was the chief of police, and they gave him 3 years. Why they give R. Kelly so much time? You don't think racism is alive? They try to do the same thing to Bill Cosby, man. And Jeffrey Epstein, they let that dude escape, right? They covering up the cases and all that, right? So you don't think racism is alive and well after seeing how, the system is ran, the judicial. Man, this shit is real, and this is why we can't get justice in the court, so we gonna call on God to start killing y'all ass. That's all. Call on God to start killing the ass. Because when you got judges like Maria on Market Street in Poughkeepsie, New York for the Supreme Court, ordering the Ku Klux Klan to come and do hits against black people, judges like Maria on Market Street in Poughkeepsie, New York, the Supreme Court judge, they work with white nationalist hate groups, and they don't care about the Mexican children that's going missing because they are selling children to pedophiles and sex offenders. They won't do nothing and pass no laws to stop it because they hate Trump. So they won't worry about all the illegal immigrants that's here selling drugs and got guns and fentanyl and all that stuff. They ain't worrying about the gangs, the Mexican gangs. They are not doing no raids and arresting them with the FBI or none of that. We seeing black people get arrested. Y'all act like Mexicans don't be selling drugs, like they don't have cartels. You know what I'm saying? Because you got Mexican people in the politics paying off the attorney general and the district attorney saying, just go keep getting the black people, don't arrest our people, we'll give you the drugs and give you more children. They be buying children from the Mexicans, the ones that's illegal and stuff like that. And they sell them into slavery. What's going on, man? All right. So, man, we not supporting nothing about this white nationalist, racist ass system, man. The system don't work for us. Until it start working for us, then we gonna have to keep fighting and calling out this evil, man. All y'all little young dudes that's on that Nolan Wells talking on TMZ trying to be famous, you cursed. I don't care how old you is. You are cursed from the soles of your feet to the hair on your head. You should have never lied. Y'all better repent and read your Bibles. God never said, I'm not going to bring down judgment on the children because they too young. He never said that. What happened when them children was mocking the prophet Elijah in the Old Testament? The she-bear came out the woods and ate them children alive. You got to respect God's word, his prophets, and you could be able to discern and tell if the prophecies are true or if it's a false prophet by studying the word. Did it say in the last days some will depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils, speaking lies and hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron, forbidden to marry, and commanding to abstain from meats? It says nation will rise against nation, and we're going to hear wars and rumors of war. What you think is happening right now? What you think is happening? You got the whole military being used politically by Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a pedophile. He's the grand wizard of the Ku Klux Klan. And none of y'all white people who think that y'all are army, military, you think you so tough, none of y'all can't fight with no gloves on. You want to throw bombs and kill a bunch of children in daycare. That's how we know y'all soft and cowards. I don't respect nobody in the military. None of y'all. I don't respect nobody that worked for the United States government, nobody in the military. You're not talking about the genocide against black people. You're not talking about the treason that every politician has created since 1933. The executive order with Franklin Delano Roosevelt, when he took all the gold and silver from the people, and Louis McFadden exposed them a year later, that they all guilty of treason. 1934 congressional record. Why they won't pull that out? Why nobody talk about that? It's Article 1, Section 10. No state shall make anything but silver and gold legal tender in the payment of debts. Why is nobody not teaching this? So why to go to school? Why be a lawyer? Why do all this shit like you really care and y'all fucking liars? The Federal Reserve System been up less than 100 years. This country in America, United States of America, was operating in gold and silver when Abraham Lincoln was the president, when George Washington was the president, Thomas Jefferson. Everybody before 1930s operated in gold and silver. If you want to make America great again, or if you want to do something, why y'all don't start there? Why would you go to war with Iran but not go to war to get back the gold and silver? Because you a coward. You want to make America great? How you going to war with Iran is making America great? Do that make sense? Why not use all of the weapons and strategies that we got for war to get back the gold and silver for the people? Everybody's living more financially free and stuff like that. The whole system is changing because we don't have credit no more. No more debit and credit. You know what I'm saying? No more Federal Reserve. Y'all keep talking about Trump going to shut down the Federal Reserve. Maybe when he die and when he in hell, he can shut it down because they going to hell with him. So maybe he can do it in hell, but I don't think he's going to do it in his lifetime. Y'all liars. Yeah, when Trump down there with Pope Francis and Charlie Kirk and all of them and partying in hell, maybe he can shut down the Federal Reserve because the whole building, after that Federal Reserve building burned down with the White House, when Christ come back, he gonna burn down the Pentagon, he gonna burn down Iran and Iraq and Afghanistan. Every government in the world is gonna fall. When Christ come back, every building that they use for technology, every data center underground, if the animals don't eat y'all ass up, if the animals and the sharks and the whales, whatever down there in them seas, don't tear up y'all data centers, when Christ come back, it's gonna get destroyed. And I think it'll happen before, because it says he must rule, but he gonna put down all authority and all rule before he return. So it's gonna happen while he's returning. So when he get here and we reign with him, there's not gonna be no other kingdoms or no other kings or nations that's acting like they're kings over other nations and stuff like that, like what Donald Trump is doing. We should be worrying about our country, not focusing on trying to go to do all this stuff with other countries. And you ain't got, listen, this is, we gonna speak, y'all. Why is the United States of America going into Venezuela, snatching up their president like we got friendly relations over there? Can anybody that's in America go to Venezuela and seek asylum? No. So why the fuck is you going into their country snatching up their president? Make it make sense. We don't got no allyship with Venezuela. These are war crimes. The same way how all the Venezuelans and Colombians or people from different countries came into America, that's because these countries had made a deal with Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. That's called allyship, right? You're making allies, making an alliance. So this is how they were able to seek asylum, leave their country, South Africa. Some of the reasons was like, all right, you got a black family in Africa, and they got this whole new thing where these young girls is thinking that they're lesbians and the young men is thinking that they're bisexual. So two men trying to get married and two women trying to get married to each other. They families was kicking them out because that's what goes against the ancient tradition in African culture. So they families was kicking them out, and they was moving them to America, bringing them to New York City, putting them in motels and all type of stuff. And you telling us this government care about you? They are pedophiles, man. You will accept in somebody that you ain't got their medical records, You don't got their birth certificate. You don't know if these are their real children, but you're going to step them into our country, put them in hotels, and we ain't got no asylum that we can go to any country and just leave and go in like how they came here, where they going to give us money to go there. Show me where the fuck it's at. And this is why destruction is coming to this land. Because it's nothing but slavery and drug dealing and pedophilia, man. What you think is about to happen? God is going to bless America? Yeah, right. When he tear it down and build up a whole new America, then he'll bless it. When he get rid of all of this wickedness, all these politicians, all your government buildings, all y'all do is practice witchcraft, mocking God. Dr. Umar, you covered some real things with this Nolan Wells case. If that stuff happened on Devil's Horns Island, in this federal land, why are Mississippi just dealing with the case so openly and the federal government just sitting back acting like it didn't happen on their land? If the judge that was told the son to lie, if that judge got killed on Horn Island that day, guarantee you the FBI will be on the case. Then they make an arrest for saying somebody made a threat against the judge. That same judge that they arrested somebody for making a threat against her, God forbid if that judge would have got drowned or murdered and she would have been dead and her body got found floating on Horn Island 3 days later, they would have said, oh, this is so terrible. They would have made it headline news. They would have been trying to get it all the way international, right? It wouldn't been no cover up. They'd have been looking for answers. Everybody who was on that island that day, they would have went to y'all house, knocked on y'all doors, questioned y'all. They would have said, we got an investigation. We want to ask questions. They would have did everything that they can do legally to find out and get to the bottom and get the truth, right? And y'all sit around laughing, thinking it's a game. What y'all doing to these brothers like Nolan Wells? And these are coming from older people at the top. You notice they took somebody else's boat. They wasn't supposed to be driving that boat because they was underage. They was drinking. They wasn't supposed to be drinking. They was underage. They probably had an adult with them. The adult ain't coming out. Why they don't all go back and say, y'all can audit our phone records and then ask us any questions y'all want? Bring a federal investigator from Ben Crump team and we'll take a witness and y'all can cross-examine us and y'all can interview us. Why y'all going to TMZ, Officer Tatum? Because y'all want fame and y'all want to be, y'all want clout, right? They want to be famous. If y'all trying to tell the truth and y'all love Nolan so much, why not go to Ben Crump's attorneys and say y'all can say we give y'all permission to go run through all our phone records, all our social media records, and investigate anything y'all want. Ben Crump should already have his own lawyers going through all their social medias anyway. Because this was a hate crime. And it was a lynching, right? Because it was more than 2 people. I agree with Dr. Umar saying. This was a hate crime, man. And a lot of people do these things every day to us. They get away with it because a lot of our people don't know that. See, a lot of our people think that, all right, we're not living in the 1940s no more. This ain't the 50s. You got white people that got babies with black brothers. We married into their family. So what? That don't mean nothing. They still got hatred for your black ass deep down in their heart. Just because you had a daughter with a white girl and her mother's white and they invite you sometimes to the family events, that don't mean that deep in their heart they don't got certain traditions that they're not gonna go against. Have you ever seen them come stand against all the racist people in their family for you? No. Do they go fight against the Ku Klux Klan and say, yo, let's go team up and get the white racist people? No. Do they? Do they even call out white people for being racist? No, they act like they white. They don't say, man, I wish I never was born white. They don't act like that, right? No, they know they can't do that. We are who we are. We can't hide from who we are. So why do y'all black sell out Uncle Tom ass niggas? Some of y'all got white moms. You don't even got a white daughter or nothing. Your mom's is white and your dad is black. But you get your they say the bloodline come through the father. So some of y'all felt like, man, I don't care. I still gotta defend white people because they treat us good and stuff like that. Man, you just a slave and a sellout. It don't matter how much you think they care about you or whatever, man, they always gonna be racist. They always gonna be racist. You know how you can tell white people are racist? They'll say something, or certain black people will say this too. It could have been black people that started it and white people said, yeah, that's right. So they'll say, I love black people, I just don't like niggas. They'll say, I love black people, I just don't like niggas. So what's a black person and what's a nigga? Is your definition of a black person somebody that sit up in a suit like Ben Crump? Somebody that worked for the White House? Somebody that work in politics for the mayor or the council, but he can never talk about reparations? He can never say, yeah, we want to do the same thing the Black Panthers did for all black people in our community. That's the type of black person that you love, but you hate niggas? I love black people, but I hate niggas. And that's what the white people started going along saying too. He's a nigga. He not a regular black man. Shut up. There ain't no distinction between us. Our color of our skin is the color of our skin. Our behavior don't separate us from our ethnicity, you stupid motherfuckers. Nobody say, I love Chinese people, but I hate them Chinese people that act American in Chinatown. Nobody say that. It's only when it come to us, they want to divide us. You know what I'm saying? Demonize us, stereotype us, criminalize us, and all this stuff. I love black people, but I hate niggas. But that's that Uncle Tom doctrine for you. That's what they came out with. To sow discord among brethren. These black brothers might have grew up together. They might have went to school together. One of them might be a police chief and the other one might be in a gang. He might be a leader of a gang. That don't mean they divided. They can come together and bring unity and peace. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they both in Christ. Some of them dudes in the gangs don't be involved in gang activities. They don't disassociate, like Hocus for a Fifth. Hocus for a Fifth, I don't think he would say, I never been in a gang. He would say, yeah, I used to be in a gang when I was young. Now I live a different life. That's why he did the Drop Your Flag challenge. So that's what I mean, brothers like that. That's moving more politically and, you know what I'm saying, freedom fighting. I love them brothers, man. Like CK, Corey King, he's moving politically a little. Mel Cross from the Bronx. I love to see them brothers, man, do what they do. And not, you know what I'm saying, in the gang life and stuff like that, man. Hocus for a Fifth, that was big right there to do the Drop Your Flag challenge, because that inspired a lot of them young brothers to take their mind and their heart off that life. You might be trapped right now, but God got a way for you. So just keep your faith. And once you get the Holy Spirit and you get Christ living inside you, you can tell them dudes, I'm not in this gang no more. I'm living for God now, or whatever the case is. One thing about the Most High, his laws is over every man-made law, because God is the creator of everybody. So if your OG or your big homie telling you you can't leave the gang because it's blood in, blood out, or whatever, you tell him that the person that created you own you. And if you don't live for him, he gonna do worse than what he can do for you. The Bible say, don't fear man who can only kill the body, but after that can't do nothing. But fear him who could destroy both, your soul and your body in hell. And it say we must honor God instead of man. So the gang rules and all that stuff, even the government rules, they was made by man. This is why y'all be trying to go so hard with following these policies in the government, but you won't go back to the 1933 when they took all the gold and silver. That's how I know you're corrupt. This is how everybody's participating in corruption, because they won't talk about Article 1, Section 10. They won't talk about the executive order in 1933. An executive order does not hold more weight than the Constitution. The Constitution is the supreme law of the land. So why nobody talking about this? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. This shows you how big and how much people are selling out. So just eat good foods and eat fruits. Go watch the video Styles P put up yesterday. Get lemon juice and limes and cayenne pepper and honey. Knock cold out your body and try to take care of yourself. That's all you could do. Because a lot of these doctors and hospitals, man, they're not going to help you. They're going to tell you to go to school. You can be a nurse and all that. Yeah, you're going to be a nurse. The witchcraft nurse. What do they call that dude? Doctor Strange or whatever. The witchcraft nurse. You're going to be able to kill when they want to kill the rappers and poison them and stuff. They send in one of them witchcraft nurses that went to school and graduated from Poughkeepsie or something like that. They got them all up in the in California and all these places. You working from Connecticut, they done put you in all these places to go out there and give potions and stuff. You a witch, the witch doctor. You ain't no nurse. Stop lying. Well, they told you that and gave you a degree. They lied to you. The system of white supremacy, the college school system, getting degrees and graduating from college, it was all built off of a deception. You can't do none of that stuff in the real world. How come all the people that graduate from college in a whole bunch of debt and they don't got no business? Make it make sense. But you got all this knowledge, been studying and reading all these books, buying all these books and stuff. Make it make sense. You don't have one factory, one business, one homeless shelter, nothing. Just a bunch of debt. If you go to school for criminal justice, you're not starting your own law firm. You got to work your way up, right? Man, there's people that never went to school that got in offices with the president and stuff like that. Angela Stanton. She got pardoned, but little young Pharaoh had felonies. Young Pharaoh had felonies, and he made it up to from Buffalo. He made it up to the White House with Trump and them. A lot of y'all don't like Trump, but I'm just talking about black history and politics and stuff like that, and we going everywhere. So young Pharaoh has so much of a movement on YouTube. Remember around the time when they said Hillary Clinton was snatching babies out of Haiti and stuff like that? Young Pharaoh was at her neck the whole time. And they shut his channel down the same way they did me. They shut your channel down. Once you reach a certain level and you not being controlled and you just speaking whatever you want, they don't like that. They want people to have a watered down message on these platforms. So if you don't water your message down, they won't share it. You won't get hyped. You won't get the algorithm. So that's what happened, but young Pharaoh was on top of his game at one time. He was talking to a lot of intelligence agency, the people from the NSA or the what is it called? The NSA. It's like the CIA, but it's over there in England or something like that. He's talking to them people. Young Pharaoh was interviewing top attorneys and all type of stuff. Yeah. He inspired me when I was watching him at that time. You know what I'm saying? That gives you inspiration, even though you never know that you're going to start creating and making videos. But, you know, seeing him fight and go so hard, that inspired me, man. I wanted to see him keep going and reach his peak, because he was reaching a lot of people. He was 100,000 views on his live every time, no problem. He was hitting millions of views, man. Now you got people trying to clown him and make videos of him because they looking at him like he down and all the stuff he been through. Man, I ain't doing all that. You know what I'm saying? I hope he can come back to where he was at and do better than where he was before. I don't know what he going through, but if he needed anything, any help, any assistance, any spiritual strength, I'm here. I can pray for you. I can help you as best I could. But I love young Pharaoh, man. Even though he don't believe in the Bible, I don't let that divide us. You know, he's still a black brother. And he was one of the first people I seen on YouTube dropping knowledge as a young child. Him and Brother Marcus. Him and Brother Marcus on Sonetta. Yeah. And shout out to Sonetta. I did I debated Brother Reggie on Sonetta, but I don't know where that video is at. I gotta, cause Sonetta gotta get back with me and we see if we can get it. We can find it. If he can find it. Cause he should be able to go in his archive. I should be able to go in the search engine too and just type in Dr. Reggie or Brother Reggie and look through all the videos and probably find it. But if I find it, I'll put it up. I need y'all to go subscribe to my other channel. So yeah, y'all, that Nolan Wells case is very serious. They tell your pastors don't talk about politics. So this is why you'll only see Ben Crump talking about the Nolan Wells case. You won't really see too many I believe that these pastors in these churches, they pick and choose when they want to get political. They would start talking like, all right, you seen Philip Anthony Mitchell, how he be crying on the Bible and stuff like that? You seen how they did memorials for Charlie Kirk and stuff like that? He ain't even know Charlie Kirk. And if a brother down the street gets shot by the police, he would say, it's the children's fault. Because no, he say it's the parents' fault because they not teaching their children to learn how to submit to government. That's what Philip Anthony Mitchell say. If the child gets shot with his hands up in the air, his face down on the ground, he's still telling y'all it's your children's fault. Because people like Philip Anthony Mitchell are weak men, cowards, and don't live for the faith. He lived for money. He's greedy for filthy lucre. That's why he went to Israel and took that 19, because he wants to be Jewish. He want to be Jewish. Philip Anthony Mitchell, you from the United States of Israel, you sell out. That's why Donald Trump invited you to the White House. He wanted you to join in on the United States of Israel because he already know you a sellout. Trump ain't invite me to the White House. They just shut my channel down, nigga. Yeah, they shut my channel down. Because I was calling out Erica Kirk, calling out the fake Jews, the Holocaust. You can't force somebody to believe in history that I never witnessed. The Bible say, at the mouth of two or more witnesses, let every word be established. It wasn't no two witnesses that said that everything that happened like that. That's what y'all put in there in the history books. The same way how y'all start calling us black, African Americans, Negroes, colors, minorities. That don't mean that that's the truth. That's what y'all put in history. That's not the real truth. It's always two sides to history. We got our own history. We got our own history. It's in the Word of God. And then other people started making movements, taking little pieces of the Word of God, going out and doing certain things. Like the Black Panthers, they created the whole walking around with guns, practicing their self-defense and all of their exercising their rights, because the Bible says submit to government, right? So if you got a right to bear arms, that's where they get all that from, the Word of God. You know, so like movements like the Nation of Islam and the Moors, the Moorish Science Temple, they both had people that they called prophets. The reason why they were structured like this is because they took these, this formation from the Word of God. The Bible had prophets, they had kings, they had judges, and then you come into the period of the New Testament with the apostles, and then more prophets, and you have elders, deacons, bishops, pastors, you know, evangelists. So different titles for different functions that people was doing, different administrations, but the same body, right? So all these organizations that was started, they was um they was inspired by the Bible. So when we talk about Bob Marley, when Bob Marley said, "One love, let's get together." Bob Marley wasn't singing about no making the whole world come together. Bob Marley was talking about all of the Jamaicans coming together. That's what Bob Marley was singing when he said one love. He was saying, let's come together, all the Jamaicans, because they was divided. Remember, the Jamaicans got colonized by Great Britain. So when y'all hear Bob Marley's song, One Love, you think he talking about coming together with white people. That's not what Bob Marley is saying. He's singing to his people. He was inspired by the Bible. The Rastafarian Jamaicans, they had a whole group of people that they used the scripture, and they was inspired by, say, his name is Jah, right? It's a scripture, it says J-A-H. His name is Jah. And all of the Rastafarians would use that scripture. And they had like a religious movement behind them. And I did a little study a while back on that, but yeah, man, I was actually rebuking them, but now I know that you can learn from people if you ain't so quick to try to rebuke them, because nobody ain't gonna do everything perfect. Not a regular man. And the way I used to rebuke people, I used to be bold. Because I thought, man, these people should know the truth. They deceiving people on purpose. So I just was bold with the way I was rebuking anybody. I didn't care how long you've been teaching. I didn't care how many followers you had. If you did have a whole bunch of followers, that made it better for me. Because I felt like, well, more people gonna hear and more souls are gonna be saved now, because you misleading people teaching doctrines of devils. So that's why I would call out Marcus Rogers, Geno Jennings, Philip Anthony Mitchell, whoever. And them people hate that stuff, because a lot of the Christian religious people and church people, they feel like, well, you shouldn't speak about the pastor openly. You should try to go to him privately, and they think you got to follow everything. Well, the Bible don't say that. It say, them that sin rebuke before all, so others may also fear. It don't say, Golgi, he's not my brother. It say, if you got a ought with your brother, go to him privately. Ain't none of y'all on the internet my brother. Ain't none of y'all ever prayed for me. You ain't never, you know what I'm saying? Go through fellowship with the scriptures and edify each other, or none of that. How are you my brother? A brother is born for adversity. Show me what adversity you've been in for me. Ain't none of y'all on the internet my brother. I had to learn that the hard way. But you will find some genuine people on here. A lot of genuine people. Real sincere, good, I won't say good people, but real sincere, humble and meek people on this internet. You will find them. Just type in Nolan Wells and start searching through the engine. You'll find a lot of sincere people, because people want justice. They want the truth. They want to know why nobody's getting the truth about what happened to a homicide, a body that was dead in the ocean, that y'all saying he was dead for 2 days. But don't nobody know what happened to him. And y'all want us to believe that it was hundreds of people or thousands of people, maybe. What did they say? It was thousands of people out there that day. If not thousands, it was hundreds. And nobody seen nothing what happened to Nolan Wells, right? No cameras there. It just sound like a setup, man. It sound like premeditated. Like they knew this stuff was gonna happen. Even them pictures in the pool look suspect. Them two older men, I guess I don't know if they was the coaches or what. See, Dr. Umar was right too when he said, we shouldn't be celebrating none of these pagan holidays, y'all. And this is what I be trying to tell y'all. A lot of people, our people, love celebrating holidays, birthdays, all type of stuff like that. We're not supposed to be celebrating that stuff. And if Nolan Wells was staying true to our culture, which is keeping the holy days and keeping the Sabbath, that stuff probably would have never happened. And it can prevent a lot of events like that from happening from people that's not wise, thinking that I'm going to celebrate July 4th. Nigga, you ain't free. You ain't got no independence in America. What the fuck y'all celebrating July 4th for? You just seen they brought in all these immigrants and gave them housing and kicked your ass up out the housing and kicked your grandmother and gentrified our neighborhoods. What the fuck you celebrating July 4th for, you dumbass nigga? Huh? Lighting fireworks and stuff like that. Do it make sense? You're not independent. You don't have your own grocery stores, nigga. You don't got your own gas station, nigga. Right? We not independent in America, y'all. We got a few black farmers. You do have a few black owned businesses. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to just say we don't have nothing, but I'm just saying as a whole, like Chinese people is organized and they got stuff. Like you got the Chinese embassy and stuff like that. What type of legal representation do black people got in America? All of our attorneys and lawyers, public offenders got bar association cards. They work for the United States government, not us. They tell you that a lawyer or attorney is an officer of the court. That's in the law dictionary. So, come on, man. The Mexicans, that's why when they was getting deported, that fat ass taco bean burrito Mexican Alejandro El Chapo looking motherfucker, he was saying, black people, I don't know what y'all talking about. We got allies to help us. He said, we got all these other countries that's gonna support us. Y'all don't even got nobody. He said, y'all own families don't even like y'all. Remember? And he said, I'm coming right back. He said, as soon as I go back to my country, I'll be back home in 2 months. He said, I'll be back in America. So a lot of them people from Nicaragua and Colombia and stuff, they knew all they had to do was go and get certain stuff and they could come back, some of them. Because it wasn't just they deporting people because they immigrants, it was how they came. Some people came over here from the like, I don't know, I guess out the prisons and stuff like that. Don't nobody care about that. But everybody want to protest and use the children and all that stuff. You get what I'm saying? They had the children protesting for all the ICE workers not to arrest and deport these people. That's what the protest was about, right? Then they used that. And these are all them Ku Klux Klan, them white Karens, your neighbors that keep walking their dog, spying on you when you in the car, having your private conversation, talking about what you're talking about, right? These are these people working with the Mexicans in secret and all these, you know, El Chapo cartel dudes, because they like to sniff that coke. They call it cocaina. The Mexicans call it cocaina. And them white people love snorting their nose. You know, the judge and the sheriff and all them, and the governor and the mayor, they love sniffing that coke. So the Mexican cartels be getting it for your mayor and your governors and all of them. And then they let their children come in and they bring them in the border and all that, or whoever they want. And this been going on for a long time. Since 1993, the CIA was over in Venezuela selling drugs with the Contras, with a cartel out there. They were selling drugs, the CIA. So they had people that looked like Freeway Ricky Ross and stuff like that. They sent them out there. People that look like they sent somebody out there that looked like Meek Mills and have them working for the cartel. Meek Mill worked for Rock Nation. Meek Mill got a new song. He said, I'm fighting and I'm getting niggas out of jail or something like that, right? Meek Mill, nigga, you work for the feds. Remember the FBI said they wanted you to wear a wire so you could go bring the judge down in your case? I ain't forget that. Y'all all love Meek Mill. But Meek Mill worked for the feds. Cause who is Meek Mill working with? Rock Nation. Who is Jay-Z connected to? Gloria Perez. They went to take down the whole cartel in Colombia. Now, I'm not saying I'm on the cartel side. I don't support drugs and all that, but I'm just telling you that Meek Mills is not helping nobody get out of jail. He might help get some people pardoned, but you're not helping no laws get passed and nothing. I don't see Meek Mills saying, well, because of this, what happened to Meek Mills, this law got passed. Show me that, Meek. When what how did you get out of jail? I don't know about too many particulars. I don't know all the details in Meek Mill case, but I know, like, I think he took like a plea bargain. I'm not sure, but I remember they were saying that they wanted Meek Mill to wear wire against the judge, and that was what the FBI was saying. They was trying to take down the judge. So Meek declined. He didn't want to do it. So when y'all see these rappers, man, y'all be loving their songs. You playing their songs not knowing you're supporting the FBI, nigga. The same FBI who created the COINTELPRO that killed the Black Panthers when they was feeding the homeless. Y'all cowards. All y'all that play that Meek Mill, that new Meek Mill song. Nigga, you a federal informant. That's what you are. You informing people of the newest rap person that rap for the feds, Meek Mill, that get paid by the federal government and all his songs. He not getting paid by the people. The streets don't pay that, nigga. You not paying him listen to a stream. When you play his song, he don't get paid instantly. That's all ran through the government. Y'all don't understand this? When you do records and music, that's how they come and arrest y'all, nigga. Because you got your name on the music song, dummy. You be better off just putting a $sign. And then the next song, you change your name. How they track rappers and kill rappers. We gotta, I say we because I make music for the Lord, but some people may confuse it as rap. So we gotta be more wise, man. Once you get a name, and sometimes like you can go through stuff and then all your music is getting looked into. You gotta change and recreate your image now. But it depends on the person. Some people don't mind and they can use that for motivation. Some people, they look into things a little deeper and more spiritual, so they recreate themselves. All right, look at it like this. Say your name is Jaguar Wright. I'm just throwing it out. Your name is Jaguar Wright. You make a song talking about the fake Jews and they ban your song all in America. Now you got a bad name. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, you can still put out your music, do what you do, but you already got banned, so you might be getting shadow banned, and you ain't gonna reach a certain level as if you just start coming out with songs with nobody know your name. You know what I'm saying? Make it all about the art and the music. It ain't gotta be about the who's the person. You could call yourself no name. You know what I'm saying? Anonymous. Call yourself no name or anonymous. Yeah. That's the best way to do it, man. What time is it? It's 11:10. I got like 50% on this phone, y'all, so I think I'm gonna end this off. And I'll probably come back a little later. In a few hours, probably, maybe. For what I'm gonna do with this video, I'll try to put this one right out. Since this one was like, it was real intense. Had to get the message out. Yeah, I had to get this message out because there's too much disobedience to the laws and commands of God, man. Too much disobedience to the laws, man.
My bad for itself. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to wait right now. Was I really like making a scene with you?
No, I ain't hear
No,
you.
was I too out of place to where I gotta worry about like boys running down on me?
I don't even.
No, I'm just
hear you.
asking because I was right there. I was wondering if you seen.
No,
You
what
hear me?
happened?
I gotta ask a real nigga to stand by himself. You hear me? I'm
What
like,
happened?
but I don't get popped a lot. So when I get popped, like I just got popped because I'm spinning in the bitch. Okay, you hear me? So I was just, I'm wondering if I was too loud in the street. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, no, I ain't even hear you.
Don't look at King.
All right, man. God bless you.
Stay sturdy, King.
All right. All right.
I'm not thinking you staying alone.
You already know. Yeah.
Stay yourself, King.
Yeah.
Stay sturdy.
Yeah, man. So, like what I'm saying, y'all. The Most High is going to judge this world, man. That's why we got to keep his commandments and stay in the word day and night. Meditate in this word day and night. So it won't depart from you. It said, keep my commandments and live. It's like there's dying. Man, I hope I win something on these bets, man. Because I don't like doing things for free. When people do things for free, sometimes, man, it might not be the best. I'd rather just pay somebody if I got the money. Hope I can win something, man. So get these bills out the way. It's the best time to worship and praise when you got a lot on your mind and you just give it all to God. You talk about this world, you call out the sin, you mourn for all of this wickedness, these people that's in positions of power that won't do nothing about the condition that the country is in, that the people is in, on a local level, on a national level. You know what I'm saying? You can go into other countries and take other presidents and put them in jail. They took the country, just these Donald Trump and them. Donald Trump like the grand wizard of the Ku Klux Klan right now. He go into Venezuela, take the president and lock him up in the New York jail, right? They was trying to lock Trump up not too long ago. But they going and locking up other presidents in jail. But you can't go do nothing about the international bankers. The Federal Reserve, you trying to fire people that work for the Federal Reserve Bank. So you know that the Federal Reserve Bank is in existence because you tried to fire the black woman, right? Try to fire that black system. So why you can't shut down the whole Federal Reserve Bank and give back the gold and silver to the people? Why you can't understand what happened in 1933 and reverse that executive order? This how you know they all fake. They playing a role. They work for them people in Israel and stuff like that. They work for secret societies, y'all. They was all Freemasons when they started the government, George Washington and all these people. Matter of fact, you could go to George Washington Masonic Lodge. They had a black guy that was in there. They said he was a Moor. His name is Big Ben Bay. They said his fez is hanging right up in George Washington Masonic Lodge in Virginia. So he designed the whole White House and stuff like that. And then it's like hidden history where it was like 14 presidents before George Washington was even the president. If you look it up, you'll find it. And they keep this stuff hidden from us because a lot of them presidents was black people. So they don't like to talk about this. This how racist this country is. They buried like years of history. Yeah, Benjamin Banneker, he in the back of the $2 bill. They call him Benjamin Banneker, but they said his name in the Masonic Lodge was Big Ben Bey. So, and then you listen, when you say Big Ben, Benjamin Banneker, it reminds you of Benjamin Crump, don't it? Ben Crump. He's a Freemason, a Prince Hall Mason. Big Ben Bey, who we know as Benjamin Banneker, was a Mason. He designed the White House, man. So when we go through the Nolan Wells case, Benjamin Crump can only tell us certain things because he worked with them people in the White House, man. He know where they storing the adrenochrome and stuff like that, man. You know what they did with Nolan Wells' body, Ben Crump, but you can't say it. He got an oath, y'all. All them devils, the Farrakhan and them, man, we got pictures. Go on my Instagram, Brother Devon Music. We got pictures of Farrakhan, a video of, yeah, Farrakhan smiling with the Kool-Aid packet smile. With all these medallions all over his shirt, like the army, how they have the medallions on the shirt in the military. Farrakhan got all them medallions on because he joined the fraternity. A grown-ass man. Farrakhan, a grown-ass man. He can't even walk straight. Farrakhan come out with the cane like this. Farrakhan can't even walk straight. Right? All them, he still ain't repent either. When Farrakhan come get up to the mic, you see Farrakhan, they say, Minister Farrakhan, the Savior's Day. He come out like this. They be having people on the side holding him and stuff in case he about to fall. Farrakhan come out walking slow. And I think he's I don't know what fraternity he in, but I know he's in the Freemasons. He's a puppet. Yeah, Farrakhan is a puppet, y'all. And I know a lot of y'all don't like this, but Khalid Muhammad was a paid puppet too. They was all in the Nation of Islam. Why y'all try to act like Khalid Muhammad was one of the greatest people? Man, when he took that oath, when he joined the Nation of Islam, he didn't probably know he was being deceived, just like Malcolm X. But they was working for the government. Just like all the Hebrew Israelites. You niggas can't teach me nothing wearing fringes that you probably got because you work for the white man. Only reason why you wearing fringes, because most of y'all got a 501c3. You don't even be paying. Y'all probably don't even be paying for them fringes. And you don't even make them. You buying them fringes and getting them the custom design. And it don't matter what you do. You can't keep the commandments. Y'all all teach different doctrines. So, yeah, Nolan Wells, the case is being handled on some secret society type of stuff. When they shipped this body to Washington, D.C., you would think, all right, now the federal government is participating in it. Why would y'all ship his body to D.C. to do an autopsy, but the federal government is still not involved? D.C. is a federal district. So how the fuck can y'all do his autopsy in D.C., but the federal government is not involved? Make it make sense. It don't add up. If you commit any crime in Washington, D.C., ain't it automatically a federal crime because of D.C. being a federal district? Do they have state courts in D.C.? Do they send people to state jail? Or do you just go to the feds? I don't know how it works in Washington, D.C. Y'all let me know. Maybe help me out in the comments. But if D.C. is like a federal district, right? The District of Columbia, Washington, D.C., right outside the White House. I've been to D.C. a few times. Yeah. So, Dang, I can't even think about what I'm about to say. Dang. I cannot think what I'm about to say, man. So, all right, so let me see if I can clip and get a little bit of that. So, if they flew Nolan Wells' body to Washington D.C., how come that the federal government is not involved now? Because the federal people that work in D.C. are doing the autopsy. You know what I'm saying? Do they get paid from the state or the feds? The people that's doing this autopsy. Everybody should be looking into all of this. Nobody ain't talking about this or none of that. You know what I'm saying? Some things are suspicious, and this could be all a part of the cover-up. Ben Crump ain't saying nothing about this or none of that. He talking about the autopsy. He ain't talking about, well, now it's in Washington, D.C., it's federal jurisdiction. He's not saying nothing. He a sellout, man. And just because the federal government takes over the case, don't mean that we gonna get justice. They can come in and cover it up. The reason why it's going on like this, because they are part of it and they ain't doing nothing because it happened on their land, first of all. If Horn Island, Devil's Horn Island, is federal land, then that's their case anyway. That's like the president getting killed at the White House and the Secret Service and the federal government saying we ain't got nothing to do with it. We got to get the state government to come in here and help us. Make it make sense. Please make this make sense. Huh? Man, they playing in our face. So yeah, I think a march need to be done the same way how George Floyd marched. But it need to be peaceful this time. But if sometimes things may happen, and when things happen, that's going to make national headlines. And so hopefully it's peaceful. I just pray and hope that it's peaceful. But yeah, the brothers need to get together and march in Mississippi, man. Yup. Justice for Nolan Wells, man. See, the things like this, though, sometimes you don't like to get involved, right? Because you don't know what's going on. It could be a big cover-up. I don't like to talk like this sometimes, but sometimes families sacrifice their own children and the government to pay them. So when you got certain stuff going on, it's like it can be all an act, you know what I'm saying? And the more we speak and asking for the truth, they don't want us to know the truth because this is one big act. Like them dudes on TMZ and all this. Since when did a young person die and all of a sudden TMZ get on and start questioning these people? I just don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Did they question the people when anybody that was around when the woman just got hung? Are they doing all all these other killings? They ain't question none of the people. Did they? I just don't know what they do. I don't know. And I don't look at them like real news either. Because they in the entertainment and stuff like that. So once I think about entertainment, I think about actors. So then once I look at TMZ interviewing people, I think about acting. I don't think about the news. Because they don't have to produce no facts and they ain't got no affidavits and saying, man, I swore this statement or none of that. Under the penalty of perjury, they just speaking. And they know that they can get away with it. Only thing they can deal with is public scrutiny and people saying, well, why you say this if this really happened and stuff like that. And they don't know that they trying to get fame and, try to act like they clearing themselves up. Whoever told these young children to do this stuff, it's not wise. They stupid because now they just making them look like liars and trained liars and whoever coaching them, you know what I'm saying? It's bad. Man, this was a exhausting live, man. This is one of them lives where I pour my whole heart out on this one, man, because I'm upset with my condition. Not just like being broke and can't pay my bills, my condition with like how I get attacked a lot, you know what I'm saying, stalked a lot, you know what I'm saying, so this is why, like, I used to ride around like this with my head covered, because I know people in these white nationalist gangs, they would try to get up behind you. They all mostly be having like cameras on their car. Some of them be having cameras where you won't notice it's a camera. It can just be a little piece around, at their window or anything, and then they'd be trying to do certain stuff. It's like they want to try to punk you or create a conflict, and then it seems like they have to send these videos to like some leader, and they get like rewards or paid for creating conflict, or you getting a reaction or something like that. So it's just like every person that try to do it, I just take their license plate, get their license plate. And then like I would, like, it been so many times where I would just remove myself or get out the way, and they won't ride up on people once I remove myself and then jump back out, or like a few cars behind them or right behind them. They wouldn't get close up on the other car like how they close up on me. So this is like targeting and, very intentional. And when I reached the 30,000 and I had my other YouTube channel, I noticed a lot of people kept trying to, like, they felt like they had to compete with me. You know what I'm saying? And I was noticing a lot of like wickedness and stuff like that around me, so can't deny that. I don't know if I took these or not. It don't seem like they missing. It seemed like somebody was in my car. Supposed to get this car fixed tomorrow, man. Pride goeth before the fall. All this pride is gonna get people exterminated, man. They don't even know. Coming up against a child of God, mocking the word of God, mocking his prophets, taking the things of God for a joke. It's gonna leave in casualties. That's all it's gonna do, is end in casualties. But all praises to the Most High, man. This is crazy what's going on with Nolan Wells, y'all. It's going on to other people too. I just can't remember all the names, so excuse me. The women that got hung by a tree, the young dude that died in a swimming pool. I just dropped my cigarette. Damn. Shit. This might get me sick if I smoke. I don't like smoking this shit. I'm dropping on the floor. I'm about to just throw this one outside. Yeah, I done dropped it all. Fuck. Somebody will take it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I ain't about to smoke that nasty shit. So, man, I hope I win some money on these bets. And I can just get this car fixed on my own. I ain't gotta worry about getting help from nobody. Then I just take it probably where I want to. Yeah. I gotta get new tires. I got a lot of stuff to take care of, man. Don't be no false Christian like Bryson Green, Kai John Boone, and all them dudes, man. MTM, Isaiah, all the auto-tune and all that stuff they be doing. He trying to be like Drake. You selling merchandise, man. Ain't nobody tell you to go out and sell merchandise. Marcus Rogers, all them dudes. Lecrae, he was in the Diddy parties. I'm not judging nobody or condemning them. I'm just telling you, they want to be in the world. They want to be accepted by the world. The words say you'll be hated by the world for my name's sake. They doing songs with T.I. and Killer Mike. Killer Mike he was trying to get a record. He had a record deal. All y'all got record deals. T.I., Killer Mike. Ain't none of y'all bosses. I'm boss because I own my own records. You niggas putting out records for Atlantic Universal and all these record labels. You don't put out your own music. None of y'all. That's why T.I.'s son start rapping. Because T.I. getting robbed. He don't own none of his masters. I guarantee you. They'll tell you how much they worth. That's how much the label is worth. That ain't how much he worth. He ain't got all that money. All they houses be rented, all that stuff. Nigga, you in a rent their own payment plan. You want some government subsidized stuff. All them mansions they be in, they don't own none of that stuff. I don't care who you think you is. The biggest rappers, that's why they be auctioning off that stuff, right? Rick Ross going through foreclosure. Floyd Mayweather, all them dudes. That's legal problems. It ain't really like they losing money. It's legal problems, but that costs money. Lil Boosie, he lost like what 250,000 or something like that. Whatever he paid that dude, 500,000 or whatever. He thought he could buy. He was trying to get Trump impeached, maybe. Boosie paid the white boy 500,000 and said they robbed him. Now he trying to sue him. He told us that we some dumbass niggas because it's not snitching if he go and sue in a lawsuit. But it ain't like you went. It ain't like you went to go get your car fixed and now your car is damaged and you're trying to sue somebody in a lawsuit. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody discriminate, like school discriminate or housing departments discriminate against you. You know what I'm saying? But they not discriminating against other people. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you didn't pay these people and you thought that they was gonna give you a pardon. And they said if the pardon go through or something like that. And so they deceived them. They lied. And he didn't do no research and look into them and find out who they was. So they was able to get away with it. Then he found out that they wasn't gonna give him everything back. And now he went to try to sue him to get everything back. I don't even know if they gave him half back. I think they told him they didn't have it or something like that. So he lost everything, I think, and that's why he's trying to sue him. It's an unfortunate, bad situation, but you know what I'm saying? You can't buy justice in America, man. Sometimes through the courts, you can play for a plea bargain and court fees come with that, but you don't buy pardons and stuff like that. I don't think that's how it works. I don't know how y'all do it in the South, but I don't think that's how it works. He could have met up with the sister, Angela Stanton, that told him she could get him, help him get up and talk to Trump or whatever. He could have had a meeting with Trump and did business with him or whatever, but you know what I'm saying? That's all. Yo, what's good, bro? Long time no see. How you been? Chilling? You good? You good? You got some bud?
I'm good, bro. I don't smoke no more.
Oh, you don't? That's good, bro. All right. Yeah. That's good to see. Hopefully I can stop smoking one day, man. Like, yeah, but Lil Boosie, it's not like he being discriminated against. Just got a bad deal. And like one of the other podcast dudes was saying, Lil Boosie raps in his songs and says he's a gangster. Then he did the song with remix with D1. But gangsters don't press charges. I don't think they go to court. Just know